His ass is getting played.
So interesting to think that this is an independent, like, just an independent, you know, workshop from like the rest of the series. Like these guys are trying to go to World 2.
Yeah, like they have no affiliations with Wesker or Umbrella. You know what I mean?
Wesker's been watching them though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep an eye on them. Keep an eye
Well,
on
it's like
them. What power do they have?
He knows they found some sort of natural way to make people slaves.
Oh, this room's a bitch too, man. And the castle just had some tricky segments.
There's a lot of guys just around corners. Shit.
The thing I always ask myself during sections like this is, what is this room good for? Like, if someone was like living here, what is this room good for?
This is my bookcase room.
This is a room where I play hide and go seek with no one.
This is a room where my skull guy hangs
Well,
out.
with lots of people, but no one ever finds me.
Yes. It's always good when they... There's one room though where they're like on like a machine gun in the middle, right?
This is it.
Okay.
I gotta try to stop this guy so he doesn't get on the machine gun. I don't think it's gonna be able to happen here.
Man. They like got your number with those arrows too. Yeah, I was like trying to snipe them. Oh, there they are. They're all hanging out up front there. That's right.
Now I need to not worry about that shit. Need to go down there and try to catch him.
The red one?
Yeah, I think I may have just fucked it up by doing that. Maybe I was supposed to catch him.
I don't think you can kill him while he's down
Oh
there.
yeah, you can.
Really?
Stops him from getting on the machine gun.
Oh, he's the one that gets on the machine gun. Okay. See, I did not remember that.
Okay, we're good, we're good. I can still stop him. It's really hard though, and I need a shotgun. Sometimes it doesn't. If he does get on the machine gun, I have another trick. Fuck. I didn't even know he was there.
Not bad, though. You're still in the green.
That's die.
There you go. Drop your shit. Fancy headgear doesn't do anything for you.
There he is.
I guess he's just hanging out, yeah.
Hanging out.
I'm not joining in. I am not joining in. I refuse. Oh.
Everyone in that show had really successful careers afterwards.
What show was that?
That's a good show.
That 70s show?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mila Kunis is one of the only actresses that, like, you know, I'm generally not like other dudes. I don't go around saying, oh, I want to fuck that actress. But Mila Kunis is one of the only ones that I'm like, God, I really think she's hot as hell. Sit still, bastard.
Laura Prepon just ended up playing some bitchy characters after...
I don't know who that is.
Donna.
Yeah, she's
I
in
hate
Orange is the
her.
New Black.
Yeah, and she's evil in it.
No, I
Every
mean, she's
fucking
horrible.
thing
She's a horrible
in
actress.
is evil.
Horrible actress. They still...
Oh yeah, he got his ass. Jeez, the shotgun saggers are like nobody's business. It's so funny. You just
In his butt. Oh, my butt has a million bullets.
I'm walking around and clinking when I walk.
got your fancy necklace on now.
Yeah. Reload that shotty shot.
And I like Orange is the New Black, actually, but I still hate her in it. Oh.
Yeah, the episodes I've seen of Melinda's, it's like that shit sucks you in.
It's really funny. It's good.
Ashley, I think finished season 1. She loved it.
I wouldn't say I love it. It's good. It's a worthwhile show.
Did you do Breaking Bad, Dylan?
Breaking Bad was actually one of the rare instances where a show was too dark for me. I got into it, and I was just
borders
like,
that for me too.
And I can watch all kinds of really dark, demented shit, but I think because I have had problems with drugs in the past, and a lot of it was about drugs, and I got to the part where he's trying to revive his girlfriend who died on his bed, and I was like, for some reason, I just can't do this shit.
Yeah,
I had to turn it off.
is fucking.
Well, it's like, you know, that versus like a fantasy-oriented show.
Yeah.
Where like, I haven't been in that situation because I've never seen a fucking dragon. Versus like this, you might have seen it or have experienced it or know somebody who's experienced it, and his maybe probably a little too close to home.
Yeah, well, it's even like
I can handle
in
some
more
really-
reality-based shows, like
Yeah.
you know, like
I can
you can
handle
watch
some
something
really
like
depressing shit based on true stories, but that
Yeah.
one was, even though that was just fictional, it was just I just didn't want to see it. It was just like too dark.
and that show gets really gritty. Like absolutely. Melinda was the same way. She just had no interest in continuing it because she was like, yeah, she's like, I in no way feel good about anything when I watch this show.
I mean, it's a good show too. It was just
Yeah, it's super well
It didn't make me
done.
feel bad about myself. It was just creepy. You're just like, ugh.
I remember reading like some like article comparing like Walter's dream, like this is how the modern superhero was created. Like that's what he is. He basically becomes like this is how where Superman comes from.
An evil piece of shit.
And I generally like shows about evil pieces of shit too. Like where just the antagonist is the main character. Or he's not the antagonist, obviously he's the protagonist. The bad guy is the protagonist.
Yeah. He's just not sympathetic in the same way that like Tony Soprano is. Grim ass artwork, jeez.
Well, it's like they even make like in that Dexter show they make
That show sucks.
Does it?
Awful show.
Hold
I
on.
watched
What a pleasant surprise. But I'm afraid it's Ashley we need. Not you, Mr. Kennedy.
If you don't need me, then get off my back, old man.
Did you say old man, Mr. Kennedy? It might come as a surprise, but I'm only 20 years old.
So you're just like all the others? A puppet of the parasites?
Surely you don't think I'm the same as those diminutive ganados. The parasites, las plagas, are slaves to my will. I have absolute control.
Well, I really don't give a damn. Rain or shine, you're going down.
Get rid of our American friend.
Allí están.
Never face those dudes straight up, they will cut your head
Yeah.
off.
Gotta,
Turn right and go through that door.
yeah, get the shotgun
I
out.
learned that the hard way. I didn't know that for forever.
Head down there and start fisting ganados. I'm trying to chuck that shit at you. Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
Well, I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Yeah, just the way you were like,
Fucking Home Alone. Such a great movie.
so good. I wish they would all just disappear.
I remember when I saw that movie, I was like, yes, I want that exact same thing. I want to be left alone.
Or
and
doesn't
build
I use that at
traps
work all the
burglars.
time to discuss like annoying people? Like, I wish they would all just disappear.
And Santa makes it come true for him.
I find it so funny as like an adult. I'm like, oh great, Kevin's kind of a little butthole, and
Yeah, he's a
what
bratty
he
little
wanted,
fuck.
he's a little butthole.
Look at there's a
Got what he
target on the back
wanted,
of his
and
head.
he got away with it too.
Yeah.
What? I mean, he got to make traps for burglars. There's nothing better in the world than that.
And everything works out. For
Yeah.
the little butthole.
For the little butthole. Just totally unsympathetic toward his character. He's just, this movie is about a butthole. He does butthole things, and then everything
Always.
works out for the little butthole.
I think you work with too many kids. You're getting a little jaded there.
No, this is perfect. I thought it was so funny. I mean, you're right in that, like, Kevin's supposed to learn a lesson, and he doesn't learn shit, you
And
know?
he does it again next year.
Yeah.
In New York!
And he's like, oh, whatever, no biggie.
He fucking commits credit card fraud too.
He does it to a bigger degree, you know? Look at these dudes. The fuck did y'all get RPGs? You don't even have...
What the fuck?
I didn't even think about doing that. What were you gonna say, Marcus?
I will say this, like, just so everyone's clear, I don't think everyone else in his family isn't a butthole. Like, they got a pretty big family of buttholes there.
Yeah, Buzz.
Like, Buzz, his
girlfriend.
older brother is
Whoa.
a piece of shit.
Which one?
His older brother.
Oh, Buzz. Buzz is his older
Frankly,
brother.
well, you know, if we're getting into it, frankly, I think his parents are pretty incompetent and
Absolutely.
he should be taken,
And his
taken away
uncle-
by the state, huh?
His fucking Uncle Frank is
I was joking. I was doing that as a farce, a over-analytical look at Home Alone.
And in both films, it's like at no point do they like, you know. Granted, like you have a lot of kids and there are a lot of people there.
You're analyzing Home Alone really intensely.
Yes, that's the only way to do it.
That's how Alejandro talks about things a lot. He will like watch a show where it's really incredibly fantastical. Just none of it is plausible at all, and be bothered by the fact like, how did nobody notice that? Like,
Yes.
you're not bothered by the fact that the dragon just sprang out of a separate dimension, but that guy. Like,
That's the entirety of that Once Upon a Time show, man. Like, it's a train wreck you just gotta keep watching.
Yeah, the fairies in that show tend to. Every time I see.
What shows do you guys watch? I've been watching Hoarders. That's a train wreck. I can't stop watching.
Oh, Hoarders.
Such a great show. And then I had. If we're talking about weird nightmares and psychological nightmares, after I watched Hoarders, I had nightmares that were similar to the ones we were talking about earlier. That were a lot like those dreams you had when you were younger, and you still have every so often now, I assume, where you're just running and you can't get away, and it doesn't make any sense. You're not really moving, and something's after you. You don't know what it is, and it's just creepy and weird. And you don't understand why you can't get away. It was that, except for I watched so many Hoarders in a row because I was so bored, and I just got obsessed with it for a while, that I started having nightmares that my house was like that, and that I just couldn't clean it up, and I didn't know why I couldn't clean it up.
Too much stuff. No.
No, it was like filthy and gross and just like disconcerting. Like I felt like somebody who's living.
You were just
in
sitting there vegging out watching a Hoarders marathon there?
Fuck yeah.
Damn.
Fucking love shit like that. Dysfunctional human beings are the best television. Which is why I think I should have my own show.
Sometimes though with reality,
Just Dylan
with
Cam
reality
all the
TV,
time.
I feel like
24/7.
I don't know. It gets sucked you in though. Like over Christmas break, you know, this past year, I got sucked into that Moonshiners show.
What?
Yeah, it was like
That's actually
it was
supposed to be pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was really fucking good. It just sucked me in, and like it was following like I think 3 different groups that were creating like just starting to you know brew their batch of shine for the year, and so
Yeah,
or
Eric
distill
was
it,
that
and so they were like you know showing like how they find places in the woods to like put their distillery, and the 2 of them are like they're bootlegging in the same area, and so like they are, and then they discover that they're both bootleggers, and so like they become like fiercely competitive, you know, and just I mean I don't know, just like such a it's a weird just take like getting to see all that shit, you know, because it's just like something that you like joke about or see in like old ass movies of like oh they're out making moonshine in the fucking woods.
Let me correct that though. Like when I'm saying I like watching dysfunctional people, you might get the impression of talking about like I watch Hoarders, like I like American Pickers, and I like what they call junk television, like History Channel shows and things like that. A lot of TLC. And I do dabble in some of those, but my interest is not in reality television in that way. It's just in crazy fucking people. People who are fucking nuts. If it's reality and they're fucking insane and it's a show about them, I will fucking watch it. I find that interesting, just insane.
So like
people.
Intervention.
Intervention is another one of those that can get a little too dark sometimes.
Yeah, it
Like, there's some
does.
that-
It fucking gets grim.
sometimes-
and this is what I remember from like when.
And sometimes I feel like they're really exploiting them really bad.
Yeah,
Like I'm talking more about like stuff like Jim Jones or John Frusciante when he was on heroin, or just I don't know.
Well, see,
When I
granted,
feel
I
like
haven't
they're-
seen. I've only seen like clips of these of like. This is like back when like we lived at Locust, so
Yeah.
like Eric or someone would be watching cable, and I would just be like, "Oh, this is the shit that's on," you know. And so like I have no like little to no experience with like anything that's not on a network that can't be put on Netflix or Hulu.
Fucking
Oh,
there's nothing I could have done.
shit.
There was nothing I could
Yeah,
have
there's
done.
nothing you could have done there.
I had full life too. He still cut my head off.
That came out of fucking nowhere, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's a one-hitter quitter with the sight, isn't he?
No, sometimes he'll just take damage. I'm gonna skip this.
Allí están.
Oh my god, I don't want to do this again. Oh my god.
Damn.
How far back did it take you?
Not very, but I'm just getting vegged out, like ready to stop state, you know?
Oh, yeah.
It's just like,
We're almost there.
gonna blast it away. I'm just gonna power through it. Fuck all this. Careful play stuff. Just fucking kill him. It's so good to play. That's what I mean. Fuck the conservative play. I'm just gonna blast my way through it.
Oh.
Blam, bam. Waste ammo. I don't fucking care. So let's go.
I'm trying to think of where we go from after the castle.
We still got a lot of castle going.
Do we?
Yeah, we still got a lot of castle.
Crossbow asshole. It's like, forgot that they kind of have like all these multi-shots. Damn, he moved.
Walking back up. I'm not risking that shit.
You know, Battlefield, that wall would have come down.
Those kind of people are the same kind of people that are like, I only smoke good weed. If there's not Nug, I don't want to smoke it. I'm gonna go smoke good weed and play only Battlefield. Shut the fuck up. Nobody cares what you think.
Damn, dude. Attack.
Go get in your fucking BMW and mooch off of mama some more.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm glad it did that.
My experience though, if Battlefield's your primary shooter, like the only one you're playing, you are fucking up.
What's that?
If I said, in my experience, if Battlefield is your only shooter, and not just like, it's one thing for it to be your primary one, but your only one, you are fucking up.
Well, I just mean being hoity-toity. If that's your game, then that's fine. But just being like,
Yeah.
this isn't as good, like all the time. That's just
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's your only game, that
and you're being hoity. If it's your only game and you like it, but if you're like watching other people playing and being snide about it, then it's like, fuck you.
Shit.
Blast this guy's head off with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I ain't dealing with it. Ain't fucking dealing with
There
it.
it is.
So I agree with you. It's just like you should, if you're playing like one shooter, you're
missing out. Yeah, you're missing
I'm not
out.
saying like, oh, you play Battlefield or Call of Duty. There's a ton of shooters out
Yeah,
there.
there's just a shit ton. It's I mean, especially shooters. Like, there's just so many fucking shooters out
I mean,
there.
the market's oversaturated with them. I mean, you can. If there's
They're up to your
the
neck in
shooter-
them.
The
They're
shooter,
swimming around in them.
the shooter for you is out there. Guaranteed.
That is if you are a male. If you're a woman, give up. Nobody cares. You don't like video games.
Dylan's views are do not express.
Yes.
Thom and Marcus.
Hey, I'm not saying that in a sexist way. I'm just saying, you know, games are not geared towards you. So,
Dylan's
yeah.
views are not in line with those.
We don't. Game designers don't make games for women. They don't.
Oh, that brings up to mind, you know, like,
The women are catching on. There are a lot more women that like video games than used to. Like, used to be, it was only guys, and it also kind of had to break through that. It's a childish thing. Like, you know, the first generation to be adults and play video games. We are that generation, you know.
yeah, because we played them as a kid.
Yeah, we have
you
to
know?
fight the generation above us being like, you still play video games? Like, is that a childish or immature thing to do? It's like, no, I know perfectly well adapted, perfectly normal adults who have real jobs,
Yeah.
real families, live normal lives, play video games in their spare time. It's just a form of entertainment. The same as, it's like saying,
Maybe the first-
you watch TV still?
We may be the first generation, but we're not going to be the last that acts
Oh,
like
fuck
that. Because, I mean, like, as a comic book reader, I still get that shit. It's like, do you realize how few comics are actually written for children? Like,
You still read comic
tiny
books?
amounts. Yeah. Exactly.
Marcus? Really?
People will say that to you now. People are like, "You still read comic
Oh
books?"
yeah, some of my family members were just like,
Yeah, they don't understand. Like, you almost have to say graphic novel to get them to understand.
well, it's like they think graphic novel is something different. No, graphic novel is a collection of singular issues. There's nothing special about a graphic novel. So they took a bunch of issues.
That time there wasn't 3 sci guys? Like, what the fuck? Where did those sci guys come from? I've never seen that before.
Maybe it was a director thing.
No, I don't know.
Sure?
I must have missed them earlier and not killed them and gone in too early.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you had, I understood if you were like, fuck this.
I'd have been like, I'm doing this shit now.
You're like,
Fucking
oh,
TMP, we're going. Brrrr, get the fuck out of my way. 'Cause I can play that game, this game like that. More risky. You will inevitably get hurt a lot.
Oh god, the hedge maze. That's where we're coming to.
Hopefully we get a stopping point because my ass is numb.
I think we are.
Can we just save it?
The typewriter you passed back there.
You wanna stop this typewriter?
Yeah, sure. Alright guys, this is gonna be the session right here. We will see you guys next time, and we hope you are enjoying it.